Oh, happy day. Handlebars. This
Handlebars.
is Nick,
Hey, this is Moni.
and we're here today. We're going to talk to you about our journey, our way into riding motorcycles. You want to go first?
I can do that.
Okay.
I don't really remember what year it started though. I my father had a motorcycle. He had a CB 500. Was it CB 500? I think he keeps talking about.
Yeah.
Uh, that he used to take me riding on, and one particular ride on the way home. All right, Moose. Moose is in the house. We
Whoop,
forgot to introduce
whoop.
him. Yeah, boy.
I'm
Get it,
sorry.
buddy. Get it, buddy.
We're sorry. It's
Moose.
Nick, Moni, and Moose.
Moose has a thing about brushes.
Brushes. I don't
It's
know
a
what it
brush,
is.
buddy. It's
It's
a
just a
brush.
brush.
Sheesh.
I think he thinks it's a
Anyway,
it's magic.
anyway. So I loved it. I loved it as a kid. And so, growing up watching The Facts of Life, I think every young lesbian had a crush on Joe on The Facts of Life back in the 80s. So anyway, as I got older in my mid 20s, somewhere in there, I decided to go ahead and take the MSF course. Um, Miserable experience.
So when did you get your first bike?
Right after that course, I still don't remember what year that was. I'm thinking my son was about 3, 4. I'm not real sure. I'm not real sure how old he was. Um, but I got my first bike right after that course, and it just wasn't a great experience. I kept the bike
What'd you
for a
get?
year or two. It was a Rebel 250. Um, I remember the price on it was like $2,500. I
Oh,
was like, oh
that's the bomb.
gosh.
That's it right there. You probably thought that was so
Yeah, I
much
was like,
money.
so affordable, but it was affordable. Like
Yeah.
for, I thought it was. Anyway, I didn't have a lot of friends to ride with and stuff like that. So it was a real solo experience. And after that, a close friend of mine, lost her leg in an accident. So I like stopped riding
Mm,
altogether.
yeah.
And I didn't get back on until we connected, and no, a decade after we connected.
A decade, a whole decade.
Yeah. So last year, and I'm gonna let you pick up from there because that's when the second part of the.
Okay, so I think it was December of 2023. We went over to Moni's cousin's house and he had a four-wheeler. And after she rode that four-wheeler, she caught the bug. So she talked about it so much that I caught the bug. And my son already had the bug, you
No,
know.
well, we went four wheeling right after that.
Right. Oh, that's right, for your birthday.
Yeah, we
And
went
so we
four
went
wheeling.
four-wheeling in the mud, in the rain. Oh, it was wonderful. It was great. And so that next, I guess for the next couple months, we had just been preparing for the MSF course for me and um,
John.
John.
Hmm.
And so uh, the MSF course was great. I had a wonderful experience. Um, Shout out to Raging Bull, Harley Davidson in Durham. Shout out to the instructors there. They had a really, really, really good um, course. And so we went in, I think, Thursday night at about 6, and then we went in all day Friday, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. No, it was all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
I thought
Friday
it was
was in
all
the
day
evening.
Saturday and
Yeah,
Sunday.
it was in the evening on Friday because we had to go in at 6, and then Saturday and Sunday. So on the very last day, um, it rained. Something that was probably meant to be miserable wasn't so bad. Wasn't really, really bad. Um, I learned a lot, and I guess let's see. Fast forward to March of 2024.
Well, remember the rain?
Yeah, the rain. The rain was it was okay.
Learning in the rain. It's like the. I think it's great because you need to have that time to practice during,
Right.
circumstances that are not
Right.
uh, preferred. Why
Prefer,
did I
right.
make that so? Yeah. You need a chance to ride in the rain. You need to know what it's like to ride in the rain. I hope y'all are enjoying watching my boy. I don't know what he doing with this brush, but he making his debut today. All right, Moose.
All right. And so my very first bike, well, I trained on a Harley Street. It was a 2016, 2015, something like that. I guess 2016, I think it was the year they discontinued. But it was a nice bike, and that's the only um, you know, training that I had. It was on a cruiser. That bike was pretty heavy. It was a 500, and
You thought it was heavy then. I bet you wouldn't think it was heavy now,
probably not.
right? It's
But
totally different now.
yeah, it is totally different. So I got a Rebel, well, passed the course, got a Rebel 300, blue, very first. I called it a Rubel. Listen, listen, I'm talking here. Thank you, Moose. And so Rubel was with me for about a year before I got the Eliminator.
Let me take away. There
Before
we
I got
go.
the Eliminator, um, called my baby Icy. Hey, because she icy. And my Grammy Grom, I call him Grumpy. Yes, I call him Grumpy. So, just been from that time that I took the course until now, maybe a year and a half, maybe more. Um, just trying to better myself, slow maneuvers, stopping, riding in adverse weather, maybe riding in the evening, those type of things. Because you never stop practicing, especially me, because I started, I guess, so late in the game.
Well, it was crazy. Like when we went to that test ride, we went to a test ride last weekend.
Mm. Tell me about
We
it.
realized that when we first started getting into riding, like seriously, when we decided that it was something that we wanted to do, and we would go out and we would sit on different bikes, everything was so heavy, and we were just like, oh gosh, we didn't think we'd be able to manage. We were so concerned about our bodies and and our strength and our our stamina, and like just to see the changes that we've made
Mm-hmm.
in over the course of a year. Like I
Mm-hmm.
the fact that we could sit on a Suzuki Boulevard and straighten that bad boy up and be ready to take off if somebody passed us a key
Okay.
is amazing. The fact that we can sit
Amazing.
on a Harley now
Yeah.
and
A
lift it
going,
without having to
whatever.
have one of the salespersons come and like hold a bike up or
Right.
anything like that. We've just
Yeah.
seems like we've come a long way, and the mini motos, like with us putting so much time in riding the mini motos. I don't think you all can see them too well in here, but we just wanted to kind of, we don't have the best setup right now, but we just kind of wanted to check in. The mini motos gave us the
The
confidence that we
confidence.
needed.
I mean, we didn't start big either.
I think it was more about the traffic. It was,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
It was the traffic.
starting to not trust the traffic, because that's definitely not. You trust that they ain't paying the attention. You trust that they don't
Exactly.
see you and they
Right.
don't care.
Just know they don't see you, they don't care, and
You in the way.
yeah, you're in the way basically.
Yeah.
And so,
You build that confidence on a mini moto for sure.
right, but see, you got to tell the process because you getting back on a bike, on your what was it, Z125, and I'm on the Eliminator, and then you went up to the KLX
230.
230, and so we went from riding down the street to the first.
Well, we didn't leave the neighborhood.
We didn't leave the neighborhood. We went around, the
Stayed in the
neighborhood. We
neighborhood within a
stayed in the
mile.
neighborhood. We did not go out, and we did that for,
Weeks.
yeah, weeks. And then we got the courage to take it to the park.
Or the neighborhood next over.
Yeah, neighborhood next, and then we just started. You just stretch out.
Taking it to the shop.
Yeah,
So
it's been it has been a wonderful
Yeah,
experience.
just that, when we were riding, and you just have those moments of quiet and clarity when
Right.
you're just like listening to the engine, and you know,
Hmm.
listening to your gears as they shift, and taking in the scenery, taking in the air, taking in that massage that the wind is beating you, but it starts to feel like a massage. Like
After a while, yeah.
you, it's been amazing. I think.
It's been a, s- a stress reliever. It has really motivated me to ride more. And it seems
Moose, moose,
like
moose.
the more that we ride, the stronger we get. And the stronger we get, the better we feel. And
Right.
the better we feel, um, I guess it's a
The more we ride together, the better we ride together too.
right. Yeah, it is like
It's a
a
dance.
elegant
It's a
dance.
dance.
Riding with someone. We don't ride with a group. We just ride together. And anyone else who might want to join us on that day. Um, yeah, I can say now that I love to ride at my big age.
Yeah, never would I have thought that we would jump into it the way we have, and never would I think that it would uh, enrich our lives so much.
As much as it has.
Right.
Um, you know how they say pets, do that for you. They do. Um, but getting on them two wheels and feeling the wind on your body, your face, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
So moose and a motorcycle.
Right. That's just overload. So, tell us what you guys think. Tell us some of your stories of how you got into it, or if you hadn't gotten into it, why? What you waiting on?
Hmm.
What you waiting on?
No need to wait.
Right. I've,
Time waits for no woman.
or man.
Time waits for no woman. Well, I'm not talking to men. There are plenty of motorcycle vloggers that are talking to men right now.
We talking to you, sis. Get the
Yeah, I'm
bike.
saying. I'm saying.
Get the bike, sis. Get
I'm
it.
saying.
Or if you don't get the bike right now, take the course.
Take the
Take
course.
the MSF course. Most Harley Davidson uh, has the course, or you can go to your technical college. That's
Yeah, community colleges.
community
Check
college,
check with your state. Check with your state. There should be a listing. Um, we definitely can't endorse anyone now.
right? But just
So
check in your area, in your state. Um, Put that on your list for this year. At least take the MSF course. See if you even like it, because you might get on the bike and not even like it. So I would say take the course. Once you take that course, you're gonna absolutely have the motorcycle bug.
oh yeah. And
You're
don't
gonna
worry
have it.
about what you ride. Ride what you're comfortable with. Don't think
Right.
you got to go out and buy a Harley. Don't think you got to go out and buy some brand new bike straight off the floor. Just ride what you can get your hands on. Ride what you can,
Yep.
you know, mount comfortably.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, take your time. Take your time.
So let's go back to our test ride that we had last weekend.
Uh,
Yeah, we sorry we didn't get any video from that. However, one of the power
we got a
sports,
moose search going on. I'm like,
there is,
hold the camera here, and
I think
folk
he's,
can
yep, there he
see how
is.
often they can find moose.
Moose is a
Moose in
vacuum.
the
He eats
garage. Hey,
everything.
buddy.
But anyway,
Hey, buddy.
we went to a CFMoto um, demo, and you can ride. Um, it was a great experience because of the different bikes that we were able to ride. Um, until uh, uh,
Shout out to what's his name? Where you just got the until from?
oh, Ray
Ray.
Johnson, Ray William
Ray
Johnson.
Williams Johnson. Shout out to Ray Williams Johnson. We're fans. We watch you
Whoop,
all the
whoop, whoop.
time.
Until. So it was great until
Until
we actually got on them and started to ride. Our very first bikes that we wanted to test drive were two 450 SS, CFMoto 450 SS. And let me tell you, I've never ever gotten on a sports bike except for my son's, but no, it,
never driven one. You've
never,
never.
never driven one. And it was, I don't know, it was exhilarating, I guess, to be in that like position. But other than that, um, yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. Tell me how you felt about that 450
Oh, I'm sorry,
SS.
Moose. I was trying to give it back to you so you could play with it. Um, yeah, not a fan. It just didn't feel very tight. Like I don't know how to describe it other than a tight feel that I like to have in a motorcycle where I feel like all the components are where they should be. Everything's been tightened to spec. Like
Do
you know
you?
what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's doing his thing. Moose said he has his own script going on, right? Right, buddy? I
he's a
got the
paid
brush. I
actor.
got the brush. Anyway, we love you too, buddy. You're a star. Um I like things to feel tight, and I just did not feel as if the bike was as well put together as I would like it to feel.
Right,
The buttons were a little confusing. For the life of me, I could not find the freaking uh, bright light switch.
right.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Um, yeah, it was a fun little bike to try out, but have uh, it did not have a tight feel like
I didn't
I
feel
believe the
secure.
Kawasaki, I believe that
Yeah.
Honda, I believe that Yamaha, they all have a very, very tight, crisp, clean feel when you
Hmm.
ride, very smooth. And I think that CF Moto fell a little bit short. Um, and definitely when we came to the second bike that we tried, which was the Ibex 450, and we stayed in the smaller displacement because we had so much time. We planned on riding more bikes.
Right. But
But
they had a
Ray William Johnson,
until
until
they actually had a police escort so we can ride, freely. They only were supposed to do rides for maybe 15, 20 minutes. We went on an hour long ride on that sports bike, and then on the Ibex 450 we went on maybe a 45-minute ride. And the Ibex 450 um is not for me. It is
yeah. Did
not
you
for
think that
me.
ride was that long? I don't even think it was that long. I think it just felt that long because it was such a miserable
Oh
ride.
my gosh, I was so ready to get off. It
Shout
was
out,
like
shout out to the CF Moto crew because they were nice.
they were
I mean, they were.
so
I
nice.
mean, great crew.
Great crew.
Um, super knowledgeable, super responsive.
Yeah.
Like it was a great experience. Um,
It's just that the bikes
yeah,
were
there
not
was
for us.
there was a lot of vibration in the Ibex, but that was my fault for us trying an adventure bike. Um, yeah, maybe we probably should have tried a third bike.
Maybe, but we were so tired after riding, you know. We were pretty tired after.
No, after that Ibex, that thing shook the shit out of me. Like the
Yeah,
whole time,
right.
I
I
told
was
you,
like I just
my glasses were shaking.
wanted to just, leave it on the corner and just walk
You
off.
know, you
It's like,
know.
y'all come get this. I don't know. I'm just gonna walk home.
I could not
It was
wait to get to
rough.
US 1. When we got to US 1, I was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you,
This
dear
is like
baby
we going
Jesus."
back. Thank you.
I was so happy to get back on Miss Kawasaki Eliminator
Okay.
after that. It felt like, oh
A
my god,
difference.
it felt like getting out of a Chevy Chevette to getting into like some freaking Lexus something. I don't know. I don't know cars like that. But anyway, it was an amazing feel.
Yeah.
But we enjoyed being on a test ride, and we're gonna do more, and we're gonna share with you guys next time. Get some film,
Yeah, we're gonna cover that.
and
Yeah. And maybe go to a few meetups, a couple of festivals. Um, but we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear, what your experience or what your experiences are, what they were? How do you feel about getting on a motorcycle riding
later in life,
later in life, or whatever stage you're in,
whatever
um,
stage.
or whatever age, because this is not, a young person's thing. We can get in where we fit in sometimes.
Whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
so we would like to hear from you guys. you know Let us know what you would like for us to speak about. If you want to see more moose, if you want to see moose, eat, if you want to see him playing in the yard, whatever.
There you go.
All
All
right.
right. So that's it. And we will talk to you guys. Hey, man, you going to say bye, Moose? We'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.